Only a handful of the traditional silversmiths remain, forging the filigreed finery Tatars use in their weddings, gifts between bride and groom. Aidar Asanov's family was part of the Soviet deportation to Uzbekistan, which killed nearly half the Tatars, and part of the post-Cold War return to their homeland in Crimea in a newly independent Ukraine. And now, after a hasty referendum, it's back to the old masters in Moscow, he feels.
The referendum was illegitimate. That's not just my opinion. The whole world knows it. But what can we do? We didn't go and vote. We never intended to. 95% of Crimean Tatars boycotted it. We didn't want it to happen. So what can we do?
What the Tatar leaders just might do is call for a referendum of their own on rejoining Ukraine or for outright independence. A risky move in a land where Russia has shown it is ready to use its military to get what it wants. Shortly after the referendum, Vladimir Putin said the rights of the Tatar minority would be respected. But in the days after, the Tatar language sign outside of Parliament here was removed and replaced with a Russian-only one. Tatar language TV news is still on the air, but the private channel's owner has been accused in the Russian media of being an Islamist bent on terrorism. The program manager says the new authorities in Crimea really just don't like the kind of news they do, showing troops Russia says aren't there, or showing that it was easy to vote multiple times in the referendum.
I'm afraid of the situation happening to us if we won't show the news they want. The current position of the channel management is that if we come under too much pressure, we will just drop politics and cover cultural subjects.
A retreat then, but perhaps the best way to keep alive a culture history has shown to be fragile and precious. A gift best protected by being kept largely out of sight. Nick Spicer, Al Jazeera, Simferopol.